Bronx Stars. Today is Thursday, June 4th, 2020. I am Kaden Bermudez.
And I am Nevaeh Kimbrough.
Good morning, Bronx Arts. Mr. Canuel here again, another day in which we have a lot to do. We're going to get right into it, but thank you so much for watching and joining us this morning. As a reminder, we have a new rubric. Check it out. Here it is, so that you can look over it while I describe it. Again, this rubric is how all scholars' final grades will be determined. 35% is work performance, how well you do on your assignments, right? So if you get that 92 or above generally, you'll get that 4. Less than that, you start going down to the 3, and then you can read the rest of the criteria on down. But really strive for that 92, getting that 3 or 4 in that category, because that is 35%. Then you have 30% is your work completion. If you do all of your assignments, that's an easy 30% of your grade. That's a big portion of your grade. Why not strive to get all of your work done just so you can get that easy 4 in that category? So make sure you're doing all of your work. 20% is advocating for your learning, communicating while you're in those Google Meets, reaching out to your teachers when you have questions, and really responding and being part of the conversation in all of your Google Meets is how you advocate for your learning. The last 15% is artist process. Are you persevering when things get difficult? I think you are. But always persevere when things are getting difficult, and turning in assignments when they are due, and not only, but turning them in again when you get a lower grade. So that is how you can get a good grade on those, and be sure that you're thinking about that rubric. What is our next announcement?
Our next announcement is send Mr. McKay your videos of you dancing to the Friday song. We want to get an awesome video of as many scholars and teachers dancing for one epic Friday video. Remember, it's Friday by Rebecca Black.
Our third announcement is calling all artists to submit work for the Bronx Arts Visual Art Contest. Any scholar may submit a work of art. It can be a painting, drawing, sculptures, whatever. It must be an original work, completely imagined and created by the artist, and all submissions must be in by June 17th to your art teacher. First place gets $100 worth of art supplies. Second place gets $50 worth of art supplies. Third place gets $25 worth of art supplies. Good luck.
Yes, good luck, scholars. And now it is time for something that we all need, a little bit of good news. A little bit of good news. Nevaeh, what is your good news?
Well, I would say my good news is that I'm glad to be back like and doing Google Meets, because yesterday we didn't have that time to do Google Meets because of what's going on, and yeah.
Okay. So my good news is that that I'm really happy right now, and that everything's good with me. And yeah.
And yes, Nevaeh just brought up a good mention. I said I would dig in a little bit deeper. How's your nail business? What's next with that? Everyone wants to know.
Okay. So basically, what I know business, Amazon is super slow, so I haven't got what I needed yet. But I'm getting it this Friday. Hopefully, I am, because it has been delayed because of COVID-19. So should be here by Friday.
All right. I've been experiencing the same thing, and I'm sure all of us have. But we're not talking about the bad news. We're talking about the good news. The good news is that it's still happening. The good news, like Nevaeh said, is that we all got back together after a day of being away. Bronx Arts community getting back together. Hope you all had a good day yesterday. My good news, I was out the other day over the weekend, sort of like taking care of my lawn and things like that. And then a bunch of police cars start going by. But then a bunch of regular cars start going by, and they have their windows painted and they have balloons. And so my town had a little bit of a parade for the students that are graduating the nearby high school. And I thought it was so cool for a bunch of cars and a bunch of people to sort of go out and go through all of the neighborhoods and celebrate and just honor all of the work that has been done, even though that they can't celebrate all together because of COVID-19 and sort of our separation and schools being closed, that sort of thing. So that's my good news. It was just made me love my town a little bit more. But now it's time for birthdays. We got some birthdays today and tomorrow and the day after that. I'm so excited about birthdays. Nevaeh, whose birthday is it today?
It's Ben's birthday.
Liz Mary.
Kylie, and Kylina. I hope you have a special birthday.
Yes, all of you born on the same day. Incredible. Happy birthday to all of you. What's next?
Now it's time for the Scholars segment. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Some scholars said a doctor, a lawyer, a dancer, singer, firefighter, basketball player, animation, and a YouTuber. And whatever you decide to do, make sure you are working hard for it.
You do have to work hard for whatever you want to do. So here is a video that is going to inspire all of us to work really hard and achieve what we want.
Because when Durant score, he don't say nothing. He ain't getting nobody excited. He ain't trying to get LeBron pissed off or pumped up. He just score on my man and shh. Only thing he does at the end of the game, he kiss his mama, he hug his brothers. All right, I'm out. Game over. Shh. But the one thing he does, I don't know if you watched it, the first thing he does when he gets on the court is he does what? Y'all better start watching these games, bruh, because you're going to need to do what these champions doing if you're going to be a champion. The first thing he does is what with them numbers? He touched them numbers on the front. He touched them numbers on the back. And he's doing that for who? His coach that was killed. His coach died at what age? And he wears what number? He got a Y. He got a Y. He ain't just playing for no championship. He not. You got to hear what I'm telling you. If y'all going to be great on that field, you got to have a why. You got to have a reason for why you do what you do. When he comes out, he ain't tripping on LeBron. He don't care nothing about no Dwayne Wade. All he keep thinking about is, I'm going to get one for my coach. That's why he ain't all smiling, because why? He's not smiling because what he's trying to accomplish, he has not what? He ain't got it yet. You ain't got a why. I walk in the room, I can see some of y'all. I spoke to all of y'all when y'all came in for the most part. Why? Because I'm looking in your eyes and I see some of y'all and you ain't serious. Negro, please, when Ray come out, you see the passion. Every game, you see the energy. He come out every game like, y'all follow me. Follow my lead, baby, and we gonna win this thing. He ain't geeked about winning no game. He not geeked about beating San Antonio. He not tripping because they up one game. That boy, and you ain't gonna see that boy smile until he get the championship, and when he get it, he gonna hold up. The problem with some of y'all, the reason why you don't give 120% every doggone time you get on the field, because you ain't got a why for what you do. I do what I do because my daughter says she going to Harvard. It ain't even about y'all. I'm about to come in here and blaze y'all. Why? Because I'm trying to get you all the NFL. I ain't about to miss this opportunity. This is the first NFL team I've ever done in my life, and I'm about to lick it. I'm about to give everything I got, and I will know if I don't get another gig, it won't have nothing to do with the fact that I didn't put everything on the field. What's your why? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you put on that jersey? Why do you go out and practice? Why?
All right, and now it is time for our brand new Black Lives Matter segment. As we talked about yesterday, we are going to continue this conversation because at Bronx Arts, we feel like this conversation should never end. It is always relevant and important until these injustices are finished and done with, and we are all on the same page on how Black and brown people should be treated. So my question to you, and it's the same question that I asked the 7th graders, because today, as opposed to yesterday when I had 2 7th graders, I have 2 6th graders. So we have an opportunity to hear from different voices, so to speak. So my question to you is, what are your thoughts, feelings, outrages, emotions that you are having about the protests, the injustices, and the targeting of African Americans in our country? Maybe Kaden, you would like to start.
So I think it's not fair about what's going on in the community because Black people have done so much for this community, and for this to be happening to us is crazy.
Nevaeh, what are your thoughts, feelings, or emotions about what is happening right now?
Well, I would say about this is like I am kind of like sad and like kind of disappointed that this is happening, and now like I'm really scared now because like if we can't trust cops, like I know there is some good cops out there, but you don't know that. So like let's say if we had a problem or something and we needed to call the cops and they won't help us because we're Black, then like who would we trust? And that's the issue that really gets to me. Like I think about that. Like I was thinking about that like last night. Like who we trust if something bad happens to us, or if like I don't know, we got in a fire or anything, and we called the 911 and they wouldn't help us. And like yeah, that's how I feel about this.
Nevaeh, that's such an incredible point. There are people in our American system that we're supposed to trust to protect us, to save us and help us. And what happens when there's no one to call? It's a very big question. It's a very scary question. Thank you both for sharing your thoughts. We'll continue this conversation, but it is time for our next segment.
Where in BAM is Mr. McKay? Here are some clues for today. Be sure to email Mr. Cannywell at rcannywell@bronxarts.net if you think you know the answer.
Differently. Which hallway am I in? Clue number 1. It has lockers that look like this. 2. It has classroom number 116. Who will get it right?
Now it's time for Guess the Scholar. Yesterday's clues were I'm in 7th grade in Guadalajara. I'm in jazz band and play saxophone, drums, and piano. The answer was Joseph Sanquik.
Here are some clues for today. I'm in Savion Glover's, love video games, love basketball, football, baseball, and I'm 12 years old and I just joined the school.
Remember, there is no letter of the day this week. 100%, 100%, or 100% of all scholars need to finish all of their advisory assignments, because if 100% completes 100%, that means Mr. McCabe is showing up in Google Meets on Monday dressed and acting like a clown. Who doesn't want to see that? Come on. If there's one thing that we can all agree on, that is we want to see Mr. McCabe dressed and acting like a clown in these Google Meets on Monday. So make sure that you complete your advisory work with Miss Monegro. That is all from Lights Up. Thank you for being here.
Wait. We have to vote for EV. EV.
You already won,
LA.
EV. See, these 2 EV scholars are like giving Lorraine Hansberry a hard time for losing. That's messed up.